Hmm. Oh, far out. There is an Indiana Jones 5 coming out next year. Weird. Weird. A sequel to the 2008 movie. Can't believe it was 2008 that movie came out. Seems like it came out like 2-3 years ago, you know? Hmm. Far out. I call it. How's it going? Just waiting a few minutes to see if anybody hops in. Oh, it looks like somebody clicked on it. Like they want to go. Ishmael Veray. See if he makes it. Give him a few minutes to hop in. Ah, you're okay. That's good. It's good to see you. Glad to know you're doing okay. Oh, man. I was just watching the Indiana Jones movies a little while ago. I saw a meme about Indiana Jones. You know, he has the bag of sand, and he's gonna take the gold idol and swap it out for the bag of sand. But it was the coronavirus, and then it was the Russian flag. Gonna swap them out like news stories. And the meme's hilarious, you know, considering. But then I was like, man, it's been a while since I've seen that. Let's give them a watch. So I give the Indiana Jones thing a watch, and I made it through the first one. Funny story. I'm the same age as Indiana Jones in the first movie. Or, well, I don't know. He might actually be, the character might be younger, but Harrison Ford in the movie is the same age as me now. So I thought that was interesting. Then I watched the second one, and then I watched the third one most of the way through. Haven't finished it yet. I was going to watch the fourth one. I think we were talking about that, right? Well, I just looked up. Apparently, there's a fifth one, and it's supposed to come out next year. About 34 years after the first one came out. So, yeah, that. I figured it'd be kind of cool to have the Star Wars kid as the new Indiana Jones, you know? But I guess they're not going to do that. So, whatever. I was thinking I'd just sit here and kind of go through some of my potential gems. Buffering. That figures. Let's see if it's buffering on my end. Everything seems to be running all right. I was going through some of my potential gems here, seeing which ones I need to finish out. Figured that'd be a good way to pass the time while I wait for somebody to hop in. If nobody hops in by 15 minutes, I'll probably just start the workout. But we had somebody the last couple times, and that was fun. So I was thinking I'd wait and see if anybody else hops in. Says hello. Herb. Oh, I'm back. I'm fourth. Back and forth, back and first. It's funnier that way. Oh. Did you hear me talking about Indiana Jones and they're coming out with a 5th movie? I was like, oh wow. Imagine that. You know what I should do is finish this Snowflake Obsidian. It's almost done. The only question is, do I have the video for it? And even then, it's just a shape. It's not really highlighting anything. I mean, it's a neat shape and all, but what's cool to do with the Snowflake Obsidian is to get the spots, the diasterisms, to complement the shape of it. Otherwise, it's just like, cheetah pattern. Yeah, 5th movie, apparently. So they're going to do that. I was trying to figure out who they're going to get to star, but I couldn't see that. Hard to say, I suppose. It would be nice to feature some of this Snowflake Obsidian. It's been a while. What I should do is finish out that piece of striped obsidian that you sent me, because that's going to make something really cool, and I haven't featured that yet. I got the bags of sunny gemstones over here sitting so I can deal with that. Then I got this big chunk of garnet we looked at on the show the other night. Just thinking maybe I could work with that, you know? Oh, need to get in there. And in order to do that, I need to get some sleep. But then we'll be in it tomorrow. Good old that. What do you got planned for tomorrow? Gem stuff? Doing things? Getting her done? Taking a drink of some Mountain Dew? About 4 or 5 drinks, I guess. Just gonna lay here. Saw a couple logs. Me, 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 me. You. They. Okay, are you asleep yet? I guess we're about 15 minutes in. So we'll go ahead and start the exercise, and maybe somebody will show up while we're working on it. Had my guest yesterday pick the adjectives and topics. So the first topic is kind of strange. It's a type of food. And yeah, we'll get to that. But first, we got to start with the adjectives. And the adjectives, I figured, is just kind of a way to exercise my brain in ridiculousness, kind of create some things that I can quick draw. But also, oh, I'm on the phone. Just a minute. Okay, no problem. We waited this long, we can wait a few more minutes. Oh. Okay, back. Problems with an endurance company. Well, if you don't have endurance, then you're going to need insurance. Because you got to have the endurance. Otherwise, you'll need the insurance. Yeah. Let's see. What were we talking about? The as jokes. It's basically just a ridiculous statement. And it's kind of a way to end a story with a laugh. And just as a short example, I thought of, I could say as greasy as, and I could tell a story like I was at the grocery store and somebody bought all the Crisco. And I thought to myself, if they eat all that Crisco, they'll be as greasy as a politician. Yeah. Yep. That. Problems with someone else's company. Oh, gotcha. No, maybe not problems, just someone else's company. Not sure where to go with that one. Moving on. Hope everything's okay. As opposed to my joke gym workout, everything's all rightish. Let's see, where were we? Okay, so the first one is exciting. As exciting as the online joke gym. I gotta keep whipping that one out. That one's it's great. The joke gym works for so many of them. As exciting as a roller coaster. As exciting as a free trip to space. It's okay. Let's see. The next one, a car hit our fence. We're trying to get it fixed. Well, that's a thing. I guess it makes you glad you have a fence. Better than hitting something else. Yikes. Well, now instead of a fence, you have a fancy art piece. As exciting as the trip to Disneyland. Is that exciting? It was when I was a kid. But that was the 80s. Shoot. I had those sunglasses with the vents in the side. And then we got those sunglasses with the mirror on the side. Those things were awesome. This is a timer. It's a wrought iron fence. Well, now it's a wrong iron fence. Let's see. As exciting as a car hitting your fence. Disneyland lines and more lines. I know, it's just a lot of waiting. There's just a lot of waiting, and that sucks. It's like, when you spend all day waiting, that's no fun. I don't like lines. That's why I like living out in the country. No waiting. If I go somewhere and there's somebody, like I have to wait behind someone, man, it just ruins the day. It's not very exciting. That's anti-exciting. That's as exciting as waiting in line. As exciting as a birthday present. Those are exciting. You're good at this, Colette. As exciting as waiting in line. I like that one. Because you could say, I went to somebody else's birthday party. That was about it. And watching them open presents is about as exciting as waiting in line. See, it exercises our joke ability. The next word is hypnotic. As hypnotic as... As hypnotic as a snake. No, the snake isn't hypnotic. The snake is hypnotized. So it'd be as hypnotic as... I just keep thinking the drink, as hypnotic as the drink Hypnotic. The hurry up and wait game. I remember some cartoon had a lampoon of waiting in line where you just wait in the line. It was like waiting in line for Dumbo, and you get up there and it's just somebody saying, "Dumbo, can't believe you waited in line." Maybe that was a comedian that had that joke. Windmills. As hypnotic as a windmill. As hypnotic as hypnotizer? As hypnotic as a pendulum. That's hypnotic. As hypnotic as my voice when I'm trying to tell jokes. As hypnotic as listening to me try to tell jokes. Okay, the next one. Complex. As complex as my humor. As complex as me trying to tell jokes. As complex as an apartment complex. As complex as a city planner. No, as city planet. As complex as city infrastructure. As complex as the government legislation. As complex as legislation. I tried to walk through one of those new big box stores. It was as complex as legislation. There you go. I'm going to write that one down. Let's write that, because I don't have any jokes for the joke portion program yet. I tried to walk through one of the new giant big box stores. It was as complex as legislation. There we go. We got something for this week. As complex as a 1,000-piece puzzle. That's not ridiculous enough. I'm gonna up it to a 1 million piece puzzle. As complex as a 1 million piece puzzle. As complex as a 1 million piece jigsaw puzzle. Yeah. Excuse me. Speaking of legislation, yeah, okay, we're gonna piggyback that one. Speaking of legislation, I tried to read the updated tax code. It's as complex as a 1 million piece jigsaw puzzle. I can get the edges of it, but then the middle just blends together. Okay, I think that was pretty good. All right, so here's where it gets difficult. This is the one difficult part, and I'll explain why. So yesterday, our guest was Steven, and he was a very good guest. He came up with those first three adjectives: exciting, hypnotic, and complex. And the next two topics he came up with were great, but the first topic is confusing, and I'll tell you why. I told him that when I come up with topics, I usually go with a food, a piece of clothing, and a sport. And so with the food, he gave his favorite food. He said it's his favorite food: cow foot, which I just thought is weird. So I'm going to go with don't like on this one, even though I'm grateful for the topic. I don't like cow foot because I don't know what it is. I don't want to know what it is. And I wish I had never heard of it. Yeah, there we go. Sticking with that. That's three things I don't like about cow foot. Talking about putting your foot in your mouth. Our guest yesterday, he said it was very delectable. Which I think was one of the topics. Delectable. Maybe that was when we had Clyde on the show. I think Clyde was here, and one of the adjectives was as delectable as. I don't remember. I wonder how Gromy's Homies is doing. Hope he's doing well. Okay, so the next topic is watches. Watches. Oh, I do like watches. Actually, I don't wear a watch, but you don't even have to wear, it's not even necessarily a wristwatch. I used to have the clip-on pocket watch. It's a short one. You just clip it onto your belt loop. That was kind of neat. That was before cell phones. That was when I was really little. And I actually had two of them for a little while. My gram ate pig's feet, but I didn't ever try it. Or were they pickled? Because I've heard of that. And do you eat the whole thing? I mean, isn't there a bone in there or something like that? Don't they have like toenails? Let's see, watches. I do like watches. I like watches because they're fancy. They tell me what time it is. And they let me express my level of pimpitude. So yeah, let's write that one down. I like watches. They look nice. They tell me what time it is. And they let me express my level of pimpitude. Gotta spell that one right. All right. Yeah, that's three things. Three things about watches. Okay. And last topic is tennis. Tennis. I like tennis. Because it's one more than Ninus. I like the sound of girls playing it. And I like tennis. Because I can put the balls in with my laundry to help it dry. It reminds me to eat Pringles. Yeah, we'll write that one down. Even though it's dumb. I like tennis. It's one more than 9. Yes. I like the sound of girls playing it. And it reminds me to eat Pringles. Yeah, we could say I don't like tennis because I don't like tennis because it makes a lot of racket. Because there's a lot of racket. Because it's quite the racket. It's a big racket. I don't know. Not sure. Let's come up with some stuff for the joke gym tomorrow. Which I think tomorrow's joke gym is going to be at a later time. Let's see. Okay, so one of them is a rollover. It's a wild card from Clyde. He said draining. So we could say as draining as, and then as long as, and then we'll also go with wide, as wide as. And then the next thing will be pizza. Pizza, shoes, and let's see, pizza, shoes, and one more thing. A sport or something. Pizza, shoes, and football. Let's do football. Yeah, pizza, shoes, and football. All right. That's it for joke gym number 8. We've done 8 of them so far. This is joke gym number 8. All right. Well, that was fun. We got a couple of jokes out of it, I guess. I'm going to work on them a little bit tomorrow. I should go ahead and schedule ahead of time, like a day ahead of time or something like that. I always like it when there's somebody else here who bounce jokes off of, bounce the topics off of. But at least we got a workout in, right? Okay, so I guess I'll go ahead and wrap up the joke gym. And since I'm tired, I think I'm going to grab some sleep. Might wake up and might play a little bit of video game, but maybe I should go try and shape some gem before I do that. Could shape that piece of amber or cut into that garnet. And maybe shape this piece of iolite I got going on. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Thanks for coming by, Colette. I hope you have a good day tomorrow. I hope you can make it to the joke gym tomorrow. I think it's going to be about an hour later, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to see about that. I got to take a note. Let's see. We have soldering and arms and pace and joke gym. Oh, right. There was another open mic tomorrow at like 7 or something, and it goes, I don't remember. Maybe it was 8 o'clock. But anyway, it's going to be like an hour or two before the joke gym. So it'll be cutting it close to do the joke gym, depending on how long it takes. And so we might be an hour later tomorrow, which might be okay. Maybe that'll be all right. Either way, thanks for coming by. I'm going to get some rest. And hopefully I see you on the next one. Give me a call sometime. End of stream face.